Hello everyone, welcome back to another amazing video. My name is Tunde Victor, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to mask and how to fade skin tone using Capture One. So let's get started. So I talked about skin tone. So for this skin tone, if I just click any part of the skin and I make any adjustment, you can see what's happening to the skin tone. It's affecting the skin tone. So let me just zoom in a little bit so you can see. So just focus on the skin tone. So if I increase the hue and increase the saturation, you can see what's happening to the skin tone. If I take it all the way down, just focus on the skin tone, you can see what's happening to the skin tone is changing. So if I increase the lightness, the skin tone is going to look bright. If I decrease the lightness, the skin tone is going to look dark. While for the uniformity, if I want the whole skin to look the same, I can just increase this uniformity, take it up a little bit, and take my saturation up a little bit as well. Take my lightness up a little bit, or I just take my lightness down and reduce my saturation, and I think I'll leave my hue like this, and just play with your skin tone to make the skin tone look even and get the kind of skin tone you want. So that's for the skin tone, and as well you can always make it lighter or you can always make it darker, and you can increase the intensity or you can reduce the intensity like that. So it just depends on what you want. Next, I'm going to be explaining for this image are these two right here. So just like in Photoshop, you can actually create layer in Capture One, which is one thing I like about Capture One. So to create a layer in Capture One, just come to this place right here and just click on this plus right here and click on new empty layer. So once you click on new empty layer, it's going to create an adjustment layer for you. You can rename this layer any name you want, and so I'm just going to leave this layer as layer adjustment 1. And also you can mask in Capture One. So this tool right here is the mask tool, which is also this mask tool up here like this. So once you click on the mask tool, all you have to do, let's say I want to work on only on the face of the subject, I can just mask the face of the subject as, and to reveal your mask, all you have to do is click on M on your keyboard and your mask is going to reveal. So let's say I want to work on only the subject on this image, so I'm just going to make a rough selection of the subject. So after making a rough selection of the subject like this, I think I'm just going to remove it from this place. Okay, so after making a rough selection of the subject, so if you notice, I did not just fill the whole mask. I just brush around the edges. It's because I can ask Capture One to automatically fill the mask for me. So after making this rough selection like of the edges, so I just come to my adjustment layer, right click, and click on Fill Mask. So after inverting my mask, I'll just pick my eraser tool right here and just erase it from my subject. So I'm erasing it to my subject right now because I don't want it to affect my subject. So make sure you take your time to erase it from your subject and don't rush it. I'm just going to erase it to my subject like this. And after that, I'll just right click and I'll come back here. I'll click and I'll just refine the mask and click on OK, so that the mask is going to look smoother. So right now I'll just press M on my keyboard again to hide my mask. So any adjustment I make right now is going to be affecting only the background and not my subject. So you can see if I decrease the exposure, it's affecting only the background. If I increase it, it's affecting only the background. My subject is still intact. So that's how you use the mask tool in Photoshop. So I'm just going to delete this adjustment layer right now. And the next tool we're going to be working on right now is the gradient tool. So this gradient tool right here, if I just click on it and just draw a gradient like this, you can see it automatically created an adjustment layer for me right here. And right now if I decrease the exposure, you can see it's affecting only the gradient which I created. So I can decide to draw it all the way down. So the more I drag it down, the more places it affects. So you can decide to rotate it if you want to. So just rotate it if you want to, anyhow you want to, where you want it to come from, like that. And also you can also adjust the white balance of that gradient, so you can see you can make it a little bit warmer, a little bit cooler, like, so you can just do anything in that gradient map. Is like a mask, so you can just make any adjustment you want to make there. So that's how you use your gradient tool right here, or you can also find it up here. So I'm just going to undo that, and the next thing so I'm just going to delete this gradient adjustment. So the next thing we have right here, we have the radial gradient. It's the same thing as the gradient tool, but just like this one it's circle. So if I just drag like this, you can see it's dragging in circle, so you can just move it to the point which you want. So if I want to make the subject look a little bit brighter or stand out from the background, I can just make this thing smaller, and I can just make sure it affects only the subject which I really want, like this. And once I get the fill which I want, I can just decrease the exposure. Then see the subject is standing out, and if I increase it, you can see the background is getting brighter. So like that. And also you can invert this thing to affect just the subject instead of the background. So if I want the subject to be brighter, I can just come back to my adjustment. I'll right click and just click on invert mask. So once I invert the mask, the background is going to be the same, but every adjustment I make is going to be affecting only the subject. So if I just increase the exposure like this, you can see it's making my subject look bright on this image. So I think I'm just going to increase the exposure a little bit like this. I like it like this, so I'm just going to leave it like this, or rather I'm just going to push the brightness up like this. So this next tool we have right here is our healing brush tool. So let me just zoom in. So let's say we have blemishes on the model skin. We can use this healing brush tool to actually remove the blemishes. So let me just show you how it works. So once you click on your healing brush tool, just reduce your brush size and just brush over the blemishes like that. And Capture One is going to remove that blemishes. So if I click here like this, see, Capture One is going to fill that place, but I feel the mask is too big, and I'm just going to undo that. So let's say I want to remove these blemishes right here. So once I click on it once, Capture One is automatically going to remove that blemishes for me. So you can see Capture One has gotten rid of that blemishes. And also if I want to remove these ones right here, I can just click on it like this. Let me just reduce the brush. Click on it once like this, and Capture One will automatically remove the blemishes for me. So that, but I don't really use this tool in Capture One, but it's there, but I don't use it. So the one we have right, we have the close stamp tool, just like we have in Photoshop. We also have the close stamp tool in Capture One. So let's say I want to clone this flower out of this image. So I'm just going to hold alternate to sample. So once I hold alternate and sample from a close by area, I can just sample like this, and I'll just use that area to fill this flower. So you can see I'm using this place which I sample to fill all this place. So if I sample from here, I can use it to fill this place like that. So that's how you use your close stamp tool. So you can see the before, those flowers there, those flowers are gone. So if I just show you the before and the after, so that's how you use your close stamp tool, but I'm not going to use it, so I'm just going to delete it. And also I'll delete this healing tool right there. So I've already explained this one before. This is the eraser tool. So I forgot to mention, you can reduce the opacity of your adjustment. So you know I made an adjustment on this one, so this is the before and after for the model. So if I want to reduce the brightness opacity, so let's say I increase the brightness like this, I can decide to reduce the opacity and just reduce the intensity like this right here to make it look a little bit okay. So that's how you use your opacity in Capture One. So basically this is all you have to know about Capture One, and this is how you use Capture One. So make sure your image is okay in Capture One, which I feel I'm just going to reduce the exposure of this image because I feel it's too bright. Okay, and I think I'm just going to reduce the highlight like this. So after that, you can crop your image in Capture One. So just come to this crop tool right here, click on your crop tool, and just right click and select whichever ratio you want. I prefer 4:5 because 4:5 works best for Instagram. So I'll just click on 4:5, and once I click on 4:5, I'll just crop this image 4:5 like this, and I'll click on enter. So after that, I'm just going to add vignettes to this image. So I'll come to my exposure tab, and I'll just come down to vignette and just add a little bit of vignette. So if I take my vignette all the way down like this, I'm adding black vignette. If I take it all the way up, I'm adding white vignette. So I'm just going to add a little bit of dark vignette like this. So I feel it's okay like this. And also you can add sharpness to your image. So just come on this tab right here, details tab. So once you're in your details tab, this is sharpness. You can choose to add sharpness to your image from here. If you have noise on your image, you can choose to reduce noise on your image. And if you want to add grains to your image, you can just add a little bit of grains to your image from here, like this. So that's everything you need to know about Capture One, and this is how you correct your image Capture One. This is how you color grade your image Capture One, and this is just basically how you process your raw file and how to use Capture One. After correcting your image Capture One, color grade your image Capture One, and you want to export your image in Photoshop, all you have to do is right click here. So you're going to see Edit With and click on Adobe Photoshop, and just click on Edit Variants, and your image is going to automatically export to Photoshop. So if you like this video, or if you learn anything from this video, make sure to give this video a thumbs up so that more people can see this video and learn from this video as well. I'll see you guys in my next video. Stay creative.